All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash. A double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace, love, and salutation to you, Akim. That's pushing this truth and true sincerity. Just coming back at you with a lesson. This is something I was meditating on as I was reading Isaiah 65 and 66 and various other scriptures. The Lord is coming back, man. Yesterday, fellowshipping with the Akim, you know, um, we were watching this BET video that was done at the BET Awards by this performer. I think her name is called HER, which is her. And she had a song called The Lord is Coming. And there was a lot of spirituality in that, Lord willing, I can pull it up and put it in a link or in the comment description box or whatnot. But the Lord is coming back, okay? And he's only coming back. He's coming back to do two things. So I'm going to just get into the bad and the good of the Lord coming back, okay? Like I said, this performer, she was going in, man. I wouldn't be surprised if Esau tries to take her out because she was speaking a lot of truth, But, it's Jake at the end of the day. It's entertainment. At the end of the song, the guy came on. He said, "God bless America. God bless Sudan." You got to be able to pick the meat from the bones. But what was interesting was during this song, this performer, this lady who had the first verse or whatnot, she said the Lord is coming back for his people, okay? And his people are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and confusion of faces, man, because it's getting down to the nitty-gritty. But I'm going to give you, through the Spirit, all right, the bad and the good. So I'm gonna go to the bad first. I'm going to give you bad news, and I'm going to give you good news through the Spirit. So this is Isaiah 65 and 1. I am sought of them that asked not for me. I am found of them that sought me not. I said, behold me, unto a nation that was not called by my name. Verse 2, I have spread out my hands all the day unto a rebellious people, all right, which walketh in a way that was not good after their own thoughts. And, brothers was out there, from Australia to Central Africa to Guyana, all right, Bolivia, Peru, all right, the UK, the Netherlands, and here in the United States preaching this gospel, man. It's good news to you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. But our people are rebellious. They want to go to war with the Most High, all right? They follow after their own thoughts. They follow after Cesare Borgia and Islam. They're into Jehovah's Witnesses, being Moors, being into that Kemetic science, all right? All that foolishness that doesn't lead to salvation. Pretty much what's the end game with these philosophies, okay? So the Lord is stretching out his hand through his prophets. And then it's like you go to camp sometimes, Jay could just pull up and ask you some stupid stuff like, "Oh, how do I?" We had an instance this week where, you know, um, we had three instances, man. We had one guy that had a cigarette dragging out his mouth, talking about where's the local gym at. You don't seem like you're trying to get into any type of good health, my man. Second was a woman asking where's the courthouse, and I'm like, it's Sunday, the courthouse isn't open. And then third, we had this nincompoop, all right, this Joe Blow, this blockhead that basically said the real Jews are the Jews over there that's occupying our land, the Amalek. He said, ain't nobody trying to hear what we preaching. And that's what you deal with. You're dealing with these rebellious people who don't want to hear the words of the Lord. They might come up to the camp for 2 minutes. They just ask the most stupidest stuff, man. It's like, man, you hear the word, you hear scriptures. Like when you go to camp, you hear more scriptures coming out than you hear the speaker. You hear that loud voice of them scriptures coming out. All right. So this is the rebellious people you deal with. Verse 3, a people that provoketh me to anger continually to my face, that sacrificeth in gardens and burneth incense upon altars of brick. which remain among the graves and lodge in the monuments, which eat swine's flesh and broth, the abominable things is in their vessels. And our people are still eating abominable foods. They still subscribe to this abominable lifestyle. Our people are deeply into homosexuality, lesbianism. All right, the so-called black woman is leaving the church to become a witch. All right, it's just Jake is just all over the place, man. All right, and they don't know that the Lord is coming, man. You see various signs. You see the locusts in Las Vegas. All right, you got uproars of the people and sedition and protest. You got earthquakes still going. You just had that hurricane category 1 in Louisiana about a week and a half ago. All right, you got a lot of things that's just going on, man. All right, and our people did not pay attention. They're rebellious. They're too focused on partying. You know, here it is. The kids about to go back to school, so Jake is trying to get it in before the kids go back to school. Then you got the holidays. You know, so Jake does not know what the hell is going on, but the Lord is coming back. And you know, I was watching that BET video that I was talking about earlier, and you know, Jake is sitting there in the crowd. You got these celebrities that sell out. They don't know what the hell is going on, man. But in their spirit, they can feel that something is happening, but they don't know what. That's why you have the prophets out there, man. All right. This is Deuteronomy 29 verses 29. The secret things belong to the Lord our power, Yahweh. But those things which are revealed belong unto us and to our children forever, that we may do all the words of this law. So the secrets belong to the Most High, and He reveals them to His servants, the prophets, man. And they're out there telling you, wherever city you live in, there's a Great Millstone camp, because obviously Great Millstone has the truth, man. Okay, it's not Maccabees TV, it's not AOI, it's not HOI, it's not LOZ, it's not ISUPK, it's not IUIC. All right, it's the prophets. All right, through our apostles and elders, a Great Millstone. They have the truth according to the Bible. IUIC is not going to tell you that people are going to die by the famine. You know, Nate Satan tells you basically everything's going to be all right. You're gonna be sitting in your house during Jacob's trouble, barbecuing some lamb chops and singing. It's an Israelite party. All right, burning your frankincense and myrrh and burning shofar. That's basically what they're telling you. You know, ISUPK, they're saying to take the chip. Their head man, General Krispy Kreme Yohana, says to take the chip so you can eat. That's no faith at all. Okay, so obviously people are starting to realize who are into this Israelite thing. Okay, Sakari, Deacon Hakah is doing tear up out my face rap videos. All right, they selling T-shirts, $20, $25, $35, $30 T-shirts. All right, you can separate the real from the fake. Who's got the secrets and who's just messing around. All right, but back to the day of the Lord, it's not gonna be pretty, man. All right, I'm gonna go to Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 15. And these guys in these other Israelite camps, they don't consider the day of the Lord. This is just something to do to make money. You know, they're trying to gather our Israel when the scriptures talk about a remnant that's gonna be saved, man. All right, so what the hell are these guys talking about? You know, selling T-shirts, selling mixtapes, having fashion shows, Hebrews to Negro movies. Like, what are these guys talking about, man? They're not talking about nothing. Like Jake say, man, they ain't talking about nothing. Yeah, Jake, these other Israelite camps, they ain't talking about nothing, man. They're not talking about how to get out of Jacob's trouble through your faith and believing on the words of Yahweh Bashem Al Shai. Okay? So this is Zephaniah 1 and 14. The great day of the Lord is near. It is near and hasteth greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord, the mighty men shall cry there bitterly. So all the tough guys, all the MMA tough guys, the guys that pump iron, that's like brolic, those guys, those gonna be the ones who are scared. All right. And then when you read these scriptures, man, you should be trembling, man. All right. because the Lord is coming back, and it ain't sweet white Jesus. It's Yahweh Shai, who the world inwardly calls Jesus Christ, which is a so-called black man from the tribe of Judah. Read Revelation, the first chapter, go to the first verse, and then jump down to 13 through 15. Okay? When you start to realize that an angry so-called black man is coming back, that'll put fear into your heart. Because you know how Jake is, man. Jake don't play. All right? That day is a day of wrath and trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness. Because when he comes back, man, it ain't gonna be no sunshine out here, man. All right? It's gonna be dark. It's gonna be a day of gloominess, all right? Because he's coming to kick ass for you other nations, Esau, Edom, first and foremost, like it mentions in Isaiah 63. And then he's coming to bring hell on 2/3 of our people, but he's coming to save the elect as well, man. That's the good news. So it says, that day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness. All right, so that's contrary to what you believe in church, some type of rapture. All right, where your sweet white Jesus is coming back with Coca-Colas and cotton candy, and he's gonna hold hands with sodomites and lesbians and pedophiles and sing "We Are the World." It don't work like that. All right. So let me go back to Isaiah. I think it's 66. Yeah, this is the one. Isaiah 66:1. Thus saith the Lord, the heaven is my throne, and the earth is my footstool. Where is the house that you build unto me, and where is the place of my rest? For all those things have my hand made, and all those things have been, saith the Lord. But to this man will I look, even to him that is poor and of a contrite spirit, and trembleth at my word. That's what the Lord is looking for. Those who are poor and of a contrite spirit. Let's go to Zephaniah, I believe. All right, Zephaniah 3. That's one of my favorite chapters, man. All right, see if I can find that. Zephaniah 3:12. I will also leave in the midst of thee an afflicted and poor people, and they shall trust in the name of the Lord. All right. You know, us out here that's prophesying this word, you know, you might have brothers that have their little businesses or whatnot. You know, some brothers might be making 6 figures, man. You never know. But we're poor, man. All right. We don't own anything. It doesn't matter if you make 6 figures or 7 figures. You're still poor. You still have the so-called white man ruling over you. You're still a proverb and a byword amongst these other nations, amongst your own people. All right. But the Lord is looking for an afflicted and poor people, man. All right. Those who have a contrite spirit who are coming back to the Lord. And you don't see that with 2/3 of our people, man. They think they got it going on. They got everything figured out. They're in that Kanye West "Can't Tell Me Nothing" spirit. I hate that song, man. Just on a side note, I hate that damn song. You can't tell me nothing. That's the mentality of a niggard. You can't tell me nothing. And that's what happens when you go out to the highways and byways. Jake has that Kanye West featuring Young Jeezy, "You Can't Tell Me Nothing" spirit. Y'all niggas can't tell me nothing about the Bible. My grandma told me about the Bible, nigga. That's Jake for you all day long. All right. So that's why you come to camp and you get these dumbass, stupid ass questions from Jake. Oh, how do I get to the In and Out? Or how do I get to the Del Taco? Nigga, you figure it out. You got GPS, man. Cause Jake think they got it all figured out, man. That's why the Lord is not looking for somebody who has a prideful spirit, a contrite spirit, man. All right. Let me read verse 2 again. For all those things have my hand made, and all those things have been, saith the Lord. But to this man will I look, even to him that is poor and of a contrite spirit, and trembleth at my word. All right. When we look at that word trembleth, I got it on airplane mode, but basically somebody who's afraid. When when you read Isaiah 66 and scriptures about the Lord coming back, uh, if you don't tremble at the Lord coming back, man, because we got to be on our best behavior, man. Um, we gotta be found of no guile out here, man. And the further more that we getting closer and closer to the day of the Lord, the further and further we have to get away from the world. The live stream that the brothers did yesterday, GMS Atlanta, the various topics with the brother from Tampa Bay, we went into that. How we're just sick and tired of you people, man. We getting sick and tired of going to these jobs, dealing with you assholes, dealing with you wicked ass people. But it's a certain way how you got to deal with Jake. But at the end of the day, you get sick and tired of dealing with these worldly people, man, because they just don't know what's going on. They don't even know what's going on in their own city, let alone the world. All right, they continue in their folly. They continue to commit sorcery by doing drugs, commit adultery, commit folly. They don't know what's going on. They don't tremble at the words of the Lord. They don't know that the Lord is coming back. Like I said, this singer, she did her song. You could just tell that the Lord had put a spirit on her to do that song, and then I bet within 5 minutes of doing that song, she forgot everything she had wrote about. You know what I'm saying? That's how Jake is. When Jake comes to the camp, you know, they perceive the words and they hear what we're saying, and then they leave. They never come back. All right. So you got to tremble at His word, man. You got to fear the Lord. We're in the valley of shadow of death, man, where death happens every day. All right. So I'm gonna go down to verse 4. I'm gonna go to verse 3. Salakia. He that killeth an ox is as if he slew a man. He that sacrificeth a lamb as if he cut off a dog's neck. And he that offereth an oblation as if he offered swine's blood. He that burneth incense as if he blessed an idol. Yea, they have chosen their own ways, and their soul delighteth in their abominations. And that's what you see happening in 2019 with our people. I also will choose their delusions and will bring their fears upon them. All right? When Jacob's trouble comes, man, the Lord is going to choose their delusions, man. If you're afraid of snakes, man, you're going to be a pit full of snakes, man. All right? Jake has a tremendous fear of the police. All right? He's going to send Gurger troops your way. So it's in our best interest to fear the Lord. And for our people who don't want to hear the word, the Lord is going to choose your own delusion, man. He's going to bug you out, and He's going to find a way for you to die, man. There's an infinite ways to die with the Lord, man. All right. It says here, verse 4, I will choose their delusions and bring their fears upon them, because when I called, He's calling you through these camps. Like I said, you got brothers in Australia, Africa. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a camp in Asia. Where there was. You had a brother that was out there in the Philippines, man, a couple months ago. You know, planting seeds out there in the Philippines, because there's a lot of Jakes out there in the Philippines, okay? Do your research for you pro-black Israelites, all right? But this word on a Sunday, all right, you can best believe that camps here in Babylon and across the world are preaching this good news, man. So the Lord is extending out His hand to a rebellious people through His prophets, and then you go to camp, somebody just asking for directions, or y'all don't know what y'all talking about, y'all false prophets. Okay, all right then. So it says, because when I called, none did answer. When I spake, they did not hear. But they did evil before mine eyes, and chose that in which I delighted not. All right. Verse 5, hear the word of the Lord, ye that tremble at His word, ye brethren that hated you, that cast you out for my name's sake, said, let the Lord be glorified, but He shall appear to your joy, and they shall be ashamed. So the Lord is going to appear to our joy, all right? And these 2/3, they're going to be ashamed, man. Okay? I'm going to go to verse 15. Verse 14. And when you see this, your heart shall rejoice, and your bones shall flourish like an herb, And the hand of the Lord shall be known toward his servants, and his indignation toward his enemies. And 2/3 of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you're enemies of the Lord, man. Because you had plenty of time. This word been going on since 1969. It really started jumping when the apostles and elders got on YouTube. Okay, it's time to stop looking at the trending topic videos that get 3.7 million views. That's full of nothing, and start paying attention to the videos that get 2-3 views. For behold, the Lord will come with fire. They don't read Isaiah 66:15 the church. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots. That's what you call so-called UFOs. And there's a lot more of those so-called UFO sightings going about. But the white man is telling you lies about it. But the so-called white man know what's really going on. You Negroes, you don't know what the hell is going on. You had that World Star video with that nigga. Said, oh, when we saw a chariot, we got to call the police, man. We got to do something. Because you niggas don't hearken to the prophets, man. Here it is, we tell you of the chariots of the Lord and what they're going to do twofold. And you niggas are still bugging out, man. So what happens when the day of the Lord comes and all them chariots come, man? You niggas ain't going to know what to do. For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind to render his anger with fury. So the Lord is angry, man. The contrary to what you learn in the Christian church, the Lord is angry. All right, God is not good all the time. All right, he gets angry. That's a righteous balance with the Lord. And his rebuke with flames of fire. Verse 16, for by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead. When you look into that word plead, it goes into that word shapat, which means to judge. He will judge with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. Slain means you dying, okay? Just to break it down for you in layman's terms, you dropping dead, you getting murked, okay? You being 6 feet deep, you pushing up daisies, okay? That's what's going to happen. Verse 17, they that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the garden behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh, and the abomination and the mouth shall be consumed together, saith the Lord. So you holier than thou Christians, you Negroes that's still in these God-forsaken churches, I don't know why you going to church in 2019 after so many years of you getting raped and your pockets being empty by this pastor. All right, you Negroes still think putting on gospel music is gonna purify you. It's the word that purifies you, not BB and CC Winans and Mary and Fred Hammonds and that sodomite Kirk Franklin. Even he got cut up by the guy that was preaching the word. He didn't come in the right spirit. He didn't come in the right doctrine. He got cut up by Kirk Franklin, man. The gospel music is not gonna save you Negroes, man. You Latinos, you're not gonna be saved by Jesus Christos or Mary. Mary ain't got nothing to do with all this, man. Mary's just the mother of the Messiah. That plain and simple. You Native Americans, man. Okay, you're different God that you believe in is not gonna save you. You still up there in the reservations drinking yourselves to death, man. All right. Verse 18, for I know their works and their thoughts, it shall come that I will gather all nations and tongues, and they shall come and see my glory. And the Lord is going to put all the nations in the valley of Jehoshaphat, pursuant to Joel the 3rd chapter, because he's going to judge them for what he did to us. So why not would you want revenge or a righteous payback? But you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are so goddamn docile, you don't even know what's going on in your own backyard. That's our people in today. That's why we don't deal with you people out here. We go to work, we shoot the shit with y'all, we talk a little shit, and we get the hell on, man. All right? We're not hanging out with you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. All right? We're not part of this world. We're looking for the world to come. So what I want to focus on is the good part, all right? The good part of the Lord coming, all right? All right, so this is 1 Thessalonians. I'm going to start at 11. And that you study to be quiet and to do your own business and to work with your own hands as we commanded you. So brothers are studying to be quiet. Brothers is basically just studying to get the hell away from you people, man. All right, we do our business out here in the world. We use this world. We don't abuse it. We got to get our daily bread. We get in, we get out, man. We come back, and if brothers ain't fellowshipping with other brothers, we staying the hell away from you people, man. We stand by ourselves. All right. Verse 12, that you may walk honestly toward them that are without. And that's what you got to do out here. You got to walk honestly towards them that are without, man. You got to learn wisdom. You don't be telling Jake you're an Israelite at the job. Jake ain't going to get it, man. You don't have to tell people you don't eat pork pursuant to Deuteronomy 14. You just say, hey, man, I don't eat pork because that shit makes my stomach hurt and I get backed up. All right? And that you may have lack of nothing. But I would not have you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep, that ye sorrow not, even as others which have no hope. For if you believe that Yahushua died and rose again, even so them also which sleep in Yahushua will the Most High bring with him. And you got examples of, Abba Bivens, Priest Bonloya, many men that died in this faith, man. For this we say unto you by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of the Most High, and the dead in Hamashiach shall rise first. So all those men that did the work who died doing the ministry, they're going to rise first, man. All right, they're going to be on those chariots, all right, when the Lord comes back. Then which we are alive, the Lord willing, we remain alive when the Lord comes. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds. Those clouds represents those chariots, man. Let me get a scripture right quick. I think it's Isaiah 26 and 20. It says, come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment until the indignation be overpassed. That indignation is those intercontinental ballistic missiles when America is destroyed, okay? We're going to hide up under those chariots, man, all right? So going back to 1 Thessalonians 4, this is the good news, all right? This is the gospel. That's why we out here preaching to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. You have a way to escape from judgment. You have a way to escape from those intercontinental ballistic missiles, Jacob's trouble, martial law, the famine, the race riots, the different natural disasters that's coming, because it's going to be more earthquakes and more tsunamis and tornadoes and hurricanes coming your way, floods. All right. The Lord sent locusts to Las Vegas, man. So that's a sign. But, Jake ain't paying attention. Verse 17, then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we be ever so shall we ever be with the Lord. Verse 18, wherefore comfort one another with these words. And these scriptures are comforting, man. When you go back to Isaiah the 65th chapter, it's a balance. It's talking about the wicked and the righteous. Isaiah 66, those are comforting scriptures, man. Those are comforting chapters. So that's basically it. It's two sides to the Lord coming back. You know what I'm saying? Destruction and then salvation. And Lord willing, we endure to the end, so we can get saved and get salvation and look at the destruction as we're up in the chariots, giving all praises to Yahweh B'Shem Al Shah. So with that, I want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh B'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, B'Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And peace, love, and salutation to all you Akim out there that's pushing this truth and truth sincerity. Shalom.